Hi, Rich Pellegrino, Rich the Equalizer Pellegrino, from the Global Woke Institute, back for another short video installment in our series. The name of this one is Bullies Without Balls and Tyrant Twats. We'll get into it in a minute. And you can find these on my YouTube channel at Global Woke Institute, and all my social media pages, all our social media pages, and our website, uh, www.howwokeami.org. So, and as you can see, I've put on a shirt, a decent shirt for this one, because this is a special episode. I'm launching a campaign that I want your assistance, enlisting your aid. And the name of the campaign is Bullies Without Balls. Okay, because it's long overdue that we call out these bullies without balls, these tyrant twats, and you know who I'm talking about, these so called leaders, scumbags, self loathing bottom feeders, starting at the top here in the US with Trump and his partner in crime, Musk, and also going down the line, Tom Homan, the border czar, and how about Butler County, Ohio Sheriff Richard Jones? All of these are my age white guys who are bullies without balls. And I'll give them a chance to defend themselves and prove that they do have balls. But what I've seen, the actions that they're taking are indicate that they are self-loathing, bottom-feeding scum that just take out their lack of authentic identity, lack of love for themselves through hate and violence towards others. And that's the only way I can call it, and we need to call it out. But I also have to include, especially in that list, Netanyahu, the so called leader of Israel, who's a madman, a genocidal madman, and he's in the same boat, same gang with these other bullies without balls. So I want to offer them a challenge. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they have balls. Maybe they think what they're doing is right. Maybe they think it all or have a heart at all. um, so I will offer them the challenge, um, like any gentleman would do. First challenge I thought of was a duel, just like in the old days, gentlemen's duel, weapon of your choice, gun, sword, or whatever. And uh, yep, I researched it and found out that duels are not legal any longer in the U.S. However, three states um, have what called mutual combat laws: Texas, Oregon, and Washington. And Texas is the most lenient. And it's okay to fight publicly, to have a public duel, as long as there's not uh, fatal or extreme bodily harm. So I picked Texas, would be the most reasonable, especially near the border, would be poetic justice. And I challenge all of those, each and every one of them, to mutual combat duel. Since we're not allowed in the U.S. to use weapons and inflict, aggravated or extreme bodily harm, we could use fists. We could have boxing, wrestling, martial arts, whatever you want. Um, you know, and it's even. Actually, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm 70, partially handicapped, um, have bad hips, a bad back, so have limited mobility. I am a pacifist. I've never really fought in my life. Definitely haven't used weapons. Always de-escalated. When my nickname Rich the Equalizer, I equalize with words. The pen is mightier than the sword, but these bullies need to be called out and put down. And so I'm challenging them to a duel, the conditions of which we can negotiate are negotiable, or even a challenge, even a skills challenge. If you want to have a sports skills challenge, if you're afraid of combat, uh, so that's my challenge. I'm laying it out down the gauntlet. Or if you want to have a real duel, I'm sure I could find a country, maybe Mexico or one of the Caribbean nations, that would host it, and we can actually use weapons. Okay, um, so let's prove to me that you're not bullies without balls, because that's what I see you as tyrant twats and bullies with balls without balls. And Netanyahu, of course, you and I can duke it out anywhere because I'm sure there's no laws against duels, maybe in your country or nearby countries. So I challenge you as well. Okay. Um, and I'm not one that takes violence lightly. As I said, I'm a pacifist. I'm a follower and devotee of Dr. King, the nonviolent way. And my ultimate goal is reconciliation. The condition will be if I prevail or when I prevail in whatever challenge or combat or duel, that you won't will not have to resign your positions, your elected or appointed positions, but you will have to admit that your policies are inhumane, are tyrannical, are bullying. The policies against immigrants, they're not criminals. If anyone's criminals, you are breaking the laws with impunity. Uh, you will have to admit that DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, is really the strength of America, and that you made an error in that regard. You will definitely have to stop the war, the bombing, the genocide in Gaza. That's a definite. There's no negotiation on that. And start the process of a two-state solution. No more bombing. The U.S. can stop it today. We are all complicit in that. Every single American. We're supporting that war. We could stop Israel tomorrow by cutting off aid, by telling them no. But Trump has given Netanyahu permission to kill, to genocide, ethnic cleansing, and said he wants to take over Gaza and make it a resort. What kind of bully without balls does that? Okay, as I said, I don't have words to describe the inhumanity, the lack of heart, the lack of emotion, the lack of humanity of these people. Okay, so that definitely is non negotiable. That has to end immediately. As a matter of fact, that's my first priority. Okay, and we're all complicit. Every one of you Americans, including myself, we are complicit. I don't know how we can sleep. I don't know how we can celebrate. I don't know how we can enjoy spring or enjoy anything family when every day, if you turn on the news, you can see people, Palestinians, digging their dead children and infants out of rubble that our bombs have caused. So uh, now, you know, some of you might, including family members, think I'm crazy offering this duel or offering this challenge, offering this mutual combat challenge to these bullies without balls. But really, what's crazy is that all of us are going about our normal daily life without coming up with ideas like this on how you can stop these bullies. Okay, short of violence, short of killing them. Okay, um, how you can stop them, how you can stop this genocide. Okay, that's the crazy thing is that how anyone can sleep and be in comfort while this is going on. And I'm sorry to share uncomfortable truths, but that's the fact. So I need you, I need help with this campaign, Bullies Without Balls. I want a website, social media pages. I want to make sure that those bullies, Trump, Musk, Tom Homan, uh, Sheriff Jones, Richard Jones in Butler County, just to name a few, or yet and even Kemp here, our Governor Kemp. I'll include him in Bullies Without Balls because he's deputized state troopers here to become ICE agents when immigrants have built this state and have given him a budget surplus that he brags about. Undocumented immigrants, by the way, that work in our farms and so forth. He's another bully without balls. He did stand up to Trump during his first election, but then he kissed ass and became a bully without balls, supporting Trump this time around. Okay, so I'll include him in the list. Um, uh, Governor Kemp here in Georgia. Any one of you or all of you are welcome to this challenge, and we will, we'll set it up uh, so that we agree on the conditions. And if I lose the challenge, if I lose the duel, if I lose the mutual combat, then you will have proven that you have balls. Number one, that you even accepted this challenge. That's the main thing. uh, and you can reclaim some of your dignity. And number two, I'm open to whatever punishment you prescribe for me. Okay, I've told you what your punishment is. Okay, so I'm signing off now, but please reach out to me and tell me if you're in on this campaign um, to targeting bullies without balls. And any ideas are welcome. Any support, like I said, I need it all, all the assistance. Okay? Don't try to talk me out of it, though. Ciao.